Hello, and welcome back to another episode of Untitled Until Further Notice. I am your host, Quantum. Thank you for joining me once again. For those who this is your first episode, welcome. A special thank you to everyone who have been continuing to encourage me and ask me to keep posting and make more content and have been liking what I've had to offer thus far. Once again, I know that it was a pretty long hiatus. We are now out of Black History Month and in, I believe it's Nutrition Month, as well as Women's History Month. That's what it is. I've been seeing other people say that they're celebrating. So happy Women's History Month and happy Nutrition Month to all of you out there. Yeah, I'm hoping that I can, post more frequently than once a month. Moving forward, I'd like to become a bit more consistent so that I can give the people what they're asking for. Just shout out to all of you, those who have already subscribed. Anyone else, go ahead, like, subscribe, share if you like the content. More coming on the way. Let's see. Last time that I was here, it was prior to the trip that I just got back from. I took a nice trip to Richmond and hung out with my guys, FMF Podcast, finance, mindset, fitness podcast for those who don't know. Those who do know, I was with my guys, Paul DeBerrys, Anthony Giovanni, and Trayvon Pratt. The three of them make up FMF Podcast. As well, I was with Robert Utley of the Robert Utley Show. Go support all those men, those brothers of mine. They're on IG, and FMF is here on YouTube. Go and interact with their pages. Let them know that I sent you. This is a really good time. Those are really good brothers, and I had opportunity to feature on their platforms as well. Hopefully in the near future, those episodes will be released and you guys will get to see how it is that I featured on their respective podcasts. Again, that's FMF Podcast as well as the Robert Utley Show. Thank you for joining me. Today, we're going to be talking about inspiration. Just the subject itself, where did it come from? What does it mean to inspire? That's what it is that I look to do here with my own platform. Just wanting to be able to, motivate others to pursue their dreams, The definition of inspire says fill, and in parentheses, someone. Fill someone with the urge or ability to do or feel something, especially to do something creative. It's a pretty good definition, considering what we're talking about. I want to talk about inspiration because it's not hard to come by. There's many different avenues, many different ways, many different people out here who can be catalysts for our inspiration. And one in particular that I wanted to speak on for just a bit is my guy Paul DeBerrys of the FMF Podcast, the finance portion of FMF. And for those who don't know, and in our content piece that we did together, there'll be a little bit of a mention there as well. But I met Paul last year. I met him right on time. Those who know me personally can imagine that I had a bit of a tumultuous year last year. Those who don't know me, I'm letting you know now. Last year was not for the faint of heart, and thank God that it had its ups and downs, but I would say there were more highs than lows. Paul is a brother that I came across on accident. He was actually doing his Instagram lives. Those who know Paul, last year, he was aiming to go live on Instagram every day. And he kept his end of the bargain. He went live often, and some were shorter lives, other were longer lives. If you go to his page, I'm sure he's got plenty of them archived. Be able to go back and listen to his content, as well as his own personal YouTube page. He's got some of his videos posted there from when he would go live. But yeah, I met this brother on accident, through a now mutual friend. Sure enough, he's going live with this person often, and I followed this person, so whenever it was that they would go live together, I would get the notification saying that they were going live. And I got fed up one day because I kept seeing this guy's name, and I was just like, who is this guy? Ironically, his podcast, King of DeBerrys podcast, actually had a friend in high school whose name was King, and because of this mutual friend, I was like, oh, okay, that's got to be King from my high school, who it is that this person keeps going live with, And so I kept seeing it like a couple nights in a row, and I was like, you know what? I'm just going to tune in, see what in the world that they could be talking about, and why it is that they always going live often, So sure enough, I went there, and funny enough, he did sort of look kind of like my friend King, but not quite, So I was like, this isn't King. And I kept tuning in because of the now mutual friend that we have who was going live with him. They were going live together. And so I tuned in and seen what it was that they were speaking on. And sure enough, as soon as I was there as a spectator, Paul recognized me, IG, have it to where they wave at whoever enters into the live, I guess, and Paul welcomed me, and sure enough, while I was sitting there listening to the conversation, I decided to comment, and he acknowledged my comment, and from there, I continued to pay attention to this brother and what it was that he was doing, what it was that he had going on, and he inspired me. He was podcasting, something that I am passionate about and wanted to do, and sure enough, there he was doing it, and he was telling his story, how he got to this point, and we developed a rapport and became friends, and now he's one of my closest friends, to this day, and he's always good to me, whenever it is that I take my trips to Richmond, he looks out for me. I can't thank him enough. But the reason why is I wanted to talk about Paul and just him being an inspiration is that most recently, he put there on his IG page let me back up a bit. So, as I was paying attention to Paul, I came to understand that he was in finance. He's a financial coach. And along with being a financial coach, he had a men's program that he did called Rebuilding Men there in Virginia. And basically, he assembles these men of all, ages and races and creeds, religions, and he encourages them. He encourages them to keep going. He speaks to them. He cares for them. He shows concern about them. Oftentimes, it's men that have been downcast by society, and yet he welcomes them and week by week, builds them back up. Well, the city of Richmond has recognized his organization, and he was certified there in the city so that his organization is recognized. And so I just want to clap it up. I want to clap it up for Paul, for allowing his passions to fuel his purpose. This is a beautiful thing, well done, bro. Keep it up. Keep inspiring others. Thank you for just your acceptance of me, and just how you've opened your arms up to who I am, and just, man, how we give it up in private, you my guy, bro. You my guy. So, yeah, just wanted to take a moment and opportunity to be able to highlight Paul, talk about how he's inspired me. This person that you hear, the music, Yxngkambamm. Again, all these people that I mentioned, they will be in my description, so that you can see them and their links and things like that. Follow them on the various platforms. Yxngkambamm, aspiring recording artist. Here, as you can hear, very talented, hardworking, an inspiration in itself. So, Yxngkambamm, I want you to keep going, stay motivated, stay inspired, keep that self-determination. But, yeah, I'm going to keep it short today, y'all. In regards to inspiration, this week, a lot of people have been speaking on this 3-part documentary talking about Kanye West, this genius as it is. And I can't say that Kanye has ever truly inspired me, but I do recognize him as an inspirational person. So I'm definitely going to watch the documentary for myself, give a little bit of feedback as we continue with this series, speaking on inspiration. Until next time, this has been Untitled Until Further Notice with your host, Quanton. Like, follow, share, subscribe. Check out FMF Podcast. Check out the Robert Utley Show. And check out Yxngkambamm. Until next time. Peace.